Sporty Kids Footy by Felice Arena, illustrated by Tom Jellett. Footy tomorrow. Chapter 1. Every Saturday morning, Joe played footy with his team, the Mighty Dragons. Joe was great at kicking the ball. He was super at bouncing it, and he was terrific at marking it too. But when it came to handballing, Joe wasn't very good at all. There was less than 2 minutes of the game to go. When the ball came Joe's way, he marked it on his chest and ran with it as fast as he could. He bounced the ball once and then again before he was grabbed from behind. "Pass it to me," yelled teammate Ben and Lizzie. Joe did his best to shrug off that tackle. "Quick, get rid of it," shouted Ascos, Joe's best friend. Joe tried to handball the footy to Angus. He tried to hit the ball with his fist, but fumbled and it dropped to the ground. "Dropping the ball," shouted the umpire. A player from the other team, the Wildcats, swooped in and swooped up the footy. He took off with it. "Play on," the umpire said. Joe and his team raced after the ball. But the Wildcats kicked the ball through the goals, winning the game just by 1 point. Chapter 2. Joe felt awful. He blamed himself for losing the match. "If my handball didn't stink, we would have won," he said to August. "Well done out there, kids," said the Dragons coach, Mr. Murray. "You all should be very proud of yourselves for playing such a great game." "I'm not," said Joe. "My handball lost the game for us. If there was a contest for the worst and suckiest handball of all time, I would be the world champion." "You're being too hard on yourself," said Coach Murray. Joe shook his head. Coach Murray frowned. Then he handballed the footy to Joe. "I think you were terrific out there, but if you're worried about that, no, you should practice your handballing before our next game. You know what they say, practice makes perfect." So that's what Joe decided to do. He was going to practice his handballing every day for the next week. Chapter 3. On Sunday morning, Joe handballed on the note footy on his bedroom wall. It was easy. He couldn't miss the ball. His dog Fang would jump for the ball, catch it in the air, and bring it back. Fang was awesome at talking specking marks. school on Monday, Joe took every chance to practice his handballing. "Can I borrow a pencil?" asked Emma. "Yep," Joe said. He handballed his pencil case to her. "Help yourself." But the pencil case flew past Emma. It landed in the turtle tank. Shelly the pet turtle moved the fastest anyone had ever seen her move. Before long, Angus, Oliver, and Lizzie had asked to borrow a pencil from Joe. He was happy to handball his pencil case across the desk to all of them. But Mrs. Murphy, his teacher, didn't look happy about football skill drills in her classroom. On Tuesday, Joe was on canteen duty. He handballed loads of bread into the cutting boards. Only some of them missed. That day, a lot of kids had wobbly-looking sandwiches. Chapter 4! On Wednesday after school, Joe was at his friend Lucy's house. "That toy bunny is the same size as the Footy," Joe said. He picked it out from a big pile of soft toys on Lucy's bed. "Yeah, so Lucy struggled," Joe grinned. He handballed the soft toy through the open window. "Joe, no," Lucy cried. "Bunnies can't fly." Soon every soft toy had been handballed out of their window. Joe's handballing was definitely getting better. On Thursday afternoon, Joe was helping his mom bake a cake. When she asked him to pass over a bag of flour, Joe handballed it to her. "No, Joe, the bag is open." But it was too late. A puffy cloud of flour went everywhere. His mom looked like a very annoying ghost. Chapter 5. On Friday night, Joe hid behind the sofa. He was spying on his sister Rachel. He was armed with 3 small couch pillows. "The enemy in position," he whispered to himself. "Time to bring out my #1 weapon. Okay, troops, Operation Handball set to go. Attack!" He handballed the pillows one after each other straight at Rachel's head. "Tom, Tom, Tom!" Joe screamed. "Rachel, why, you little..." That night, Joe also got some spriting practice in trying to outrun his angry sister. On Saturday morning, Joe lined up to play footy with the mighty Dragons. They were up against the team called the Panthers. It was looking like the match of the season. The score was tied. Each team had kicked 5 goals and 3 points. There was 1 minute left in the game. Joe had the ball and he sprinted towards the goals. "Kick it, Joe!" Everyone yelled, "Kick it!" But before he could, Joe was grabbed from behind. It was just like the last game. Joe had to handball a footy. August was running past Joe. To me, he yelled. Joe hoped for the best. He made a fist and hit the footy. The football fired out like a cannonball. It boomed like a torpedo. It shot right into the hands of August. It was perfect handball. August ran on and kicked the goal just as the umpire blew his whistle. The game was over. The Dragons had won. Joe's teammates rushed to him and August. Woohoo! What a play! That was the best handball ever. Everybody cheered. Well done, Joe, said the coach. Murphy, it looks like you did what I told you. Joe smiled. You are right, coach, he said. Practice makes perfect, and next time I'll practice. I might even use a footy.